Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Ness, and in today's video, we are finally touring my island. After 500 hours, it is completed, and I will be releasing my dream address in this video as well. I am so excited to have you all visit, and if you wanted to visit it with me right now, pause the video and enter in the dream address, and let's tour my island together. For those who want to tour on their own time and are here for just the island tour, I'm excited to have you today. The tour is pretty brief since there are plenty of spaces to cover, but I'm so excited to hear what you think of the island. Let's get right into the tour. Let's start off by looking at my map. I have me, my sister, my boyfriend, and then I have Eric, Beau, Apollo, Poppy, my favorite Filbert, Marshall, Rawld, Static, Bluebear, and Fang. So I have all the cuties. My island is pretty terraformed, but mainly covered in path, and it is more of like a town area in the center, and then off on the borders that is more of the natural areas, I would say. And I'm just scrolling through all of the other structures of my island so you guys can see clearly where they are, and that's pretty much it for my map. This is my entrance, and it was actually one of the first speed builds I've ever completed on Lotus. It has changed since the beginning, but I really love it. It is really simple with the waterfalls and a little cute sitting area. And I particularly love the stones that lead up to the patchwork pathing. So over here we have beautiful pink and white mums, a cute lounging area by the beach, and this was also one of the earlier areas that I completed. It is a surf shop, and it was because I really loved the diving gear, so I decided to designate a little area and space for them. And here is my Nook's Cranny. I really love it. It also has changed a lot since the speed build that I have uploaded. I have a little vending machine area back there, and then a little Nook's Cafe on this side. And if we walk up those steps, it's actually even a bigger area of the cafe. And actually, now that I have completed my island, this cafe oversees a beautiful view of the villager neighborhood in the back, and I'm actually really happy with the way it looks. I think it's gorgeous. And we walk back to this path, and here we are at Resident Services. It is super simple leading up to this point, and then over here we have my beach picnic. My beach picnic is really laid back and super cute and cozy. I really love the setup of it, and then there's a little bonfire over here. I have it set so it is kind of tucked away and sort of a private beach, if you will, and I also secluded the area using the coconut trees and the rope fencing, and I really love this little path that I built that goes off of Resident Services. Over here is my aesthetic fountain area, and this has got to be one of my favorite areas on my island that I have never changed since the beginning. I did swap out the street lamps for a different color, but I think it is absolutely gorgeous. I love how natural it is, and I just really feel like that is one of the first builds that I made that I was really happy with. And then here we have Apollo's plant nursery that is on the beach. It has all the beautiful houseplants that the game has, and it's just a really nice area for him to hang out in. And then I have the rose garden here. The roses used to be different colors, but I swapped them all out for blue roses instead because I think it is such a nice pop of color in the area with a lot of greenery. And his beach just has a lot of coconut trees and is really simple. On the way back behind Apollo's house, we have my orchard, which is also where I placed my own home. And I love this orchard. I think I did a pretty good job with this as well. This is a really natural space, and I'm actually very happy with the way that it came out. And then on my peninsula, there's this cozy seating area that oversees the wonderful ocean view and captures a beautiful sunset. and then there's just that little laundry area on that beach there. But let's go inside my house. I'm not really great on interior design, but I did try my best. I have my kitchen area and just a really cute like walk-in area with the mirror and the umbrella stand. And then over here I just have the coat hanger, and that doesn't make sense. The shelf on the curtain, I have to fix that. But here is my bathroom. My bathroom is another simple interior. I didn't really do anything too crazy with it. I completed most of my interiors before my actual island was finished, and I never revisited them until now. So I think that they're all pretty simple, but I really love them, so I'm happy. I don't think that areas need to be super intricate to be deemed beautiful or wonderful. I think simplicity is beautiful enough. And on the back side of my home, I have my piano room, or like my music room. I just needed an excuse to utilize the instruments in this game because I think that they are so beautiful, and I love the way that they are so interactive. So I have them in this back room, which is kind of like this music area. And I'm also living vicariously yet again through Animal Crossing because I've always wanted a grand piano in my home. That has not happened yet. I guess I will update you guys if it ever does, but for now I do have it virtually, so that is something that is a dream of mine. But yeah, so now on to the right hand side of our home. This is my office and professional space. It is also kind of like a little mini living area, like a living room, because of the fireplace and the sofa, but I really like this room as well. It is pretty simple, just like the other rooms. I haven't really changed much since I decorated it, and I love this floor and wallpaper combo, and just the composition of the items here are really pretty in my opinion, and I just really like it. Next is my bedroom, and I absolutely love the antique furniture set, so I decided to use it here. And I also decided to use the cherry blossom branches to complement the mama bear that is so big and so adorable. But I do have a really big life-size panda in my bedroom in real life, so I decided to use that to kind of mirror it. But I really love the colors of this room, and it's just really cozy and at the same time very elegant. Next is my basement, and quite honestly, I don't really know what this room is. I think it just has all of my favorite items in the game. So it has the Capricorn ornament, the Cancer table, Aquarius urn, and some of the most beautiful paintings in the game. And obviously, because it has my favorite items, the Valiant statue must be here, considering they're my absolute favorite statues in the game. And that's it for my home. It's super simple and none of it really makes much sense. It doesn't really have a theme or anything like that. I just decorated it to my liking, and that's usually how it goes for most of the areas on my island anyway. So across from the orchard we have Able Sisters with a really cute little mum by the laundry area. I just made this a little area that they can make hats and sew their clothing. And then over here, this is a little terraformed hill with waterfalls that is right behind my resident services. And I just really love the natural aesthetic that I have going on outside of the town area. Over here we have the little cute rest stop area that I have in my small spaces video. It's a phone booth and a street lamp, and I think it is so cute. And then over here we have, leading up to my natural scenic overlook, a butterfly garden, and I left a ladder by the natural scenic overlook so people can climb up and actually see. This is a forced perspective build, so there is kind of a little mind eye magic illusion going on here, but this is one of my most intricate builds, and a build that I'm like really proud of because I did spend quite a bit of time on it, and I didn't plan it at all. I just had a vision in my head and just kind of went with it. I love the pond on the bottom level because it looks like a lake, and I just love how foresty and how natural this area is. I planted a lot of flowers to emulate wildflowers, and for the bushes I used holly bushes because for any other month aside from the winter months they look like regular bushes, but then during the winter when they are fully bloomed they'll look like wild berries. So that was something that I really loved about that specific area. Now we are on to our farmer's market, and this is one of the more recent builds, but I love this. I love this sort of like merchant feel. It has your fresh produce, fresh fruit, and then there's this flea market part which has the antiques and collectible items, and I just really love the way that everything came together for this build and the surrounding areas of this build as well. So definitely one of my favorite parts on my island. Next is my villager neighborhood, and if I had to pick my top 3 favorite places on my island, this would definitely make the cut. I'm really proud of this area because of the sunken waterfalls and the floating garden. I think those are absolutely gorgeous. And I love the sort of like communal areas between the homes. This is Static and Eric's homes, and they share this really cute iron garden sitting area. And then across the river we have Rald and Filbert, and Static looking so cute. And Rald and Filbert share this little iron garden bench sitting area as well. And luckily we've been graced by Filbert the king himself. I really love him, he's my favorite. And as for the villager homes, I gave the front 2 homes their front yards, and the back 2 homes kind of have the center space and then a mini backyard. So I really love that. This is Fang and Blue Bear, and I just really love how pretty like their decorations are. They have like the more interactive items. So Blue Bear has like a book and a sewing kit, and Fang has the tea set. And as for Marshall and Poppy, since I feel like I just like went over their area too quickly, they have their own little painting area and a swinging bench, and Poppy is kind of like the plant queen, and I just really love the area. I think it is so gorgeous. I really like putting areas where my villagers can sit down, so those are the garden benches there. And then some more decorative areas with the beautiful statue and this bush that is on this river. And as we pass by our lovely Blue Bear, this is my museum entrance, and I hope it is one that Blathers is super proud of because I'm actually really happy of how this area looks as well. It is really natural, but also very rustic, and I'm in love with these stone tiles that I placed in front of the museum. And of course the beautiful garden wagon is there as well. The sunken waterfall really brings liveliness to the area because of the running water, and I just think that it looks very gorgeous, and I'm really happy with the way that it looks. In front of my museum, I have my rock garden, and in terms of time, this was definitely the most time-consuming build on my island. It took me approximately 6 hours to complete in real life, and in the game I had to time travel 3 years into the future. So needless to say, it definitely took a long time to complete this, but I think it is so worth it. I think rock gardens are very beautiful, and I decided to make mine a little bit more elegant and just overall very ethereal, and I really love it. Over here I have a fountain area that is modeled after the Rockefeller Center in New York during the Christmas times. They decorate it with these beautiful statues, so I decided to imitate that area. I also swap out the roses during this different seasons. During Christmas I had red roses, and now I just have blue ones. For my rustic town plaza, I literally love the amount of small areas that I have in this space. I think I definitely maximized the usage of the corners, and I love the tree as the centerpiece with the garden, and this cute little cafe is pretty adorable. And as we make our way backwards to the upper right hand side of my island, I have my campsite. So this is probably one of the more natural campsites. I have minimal decor here. I just have a kid's tent and the actual campsite itself, and some camping cookware with the mountain bike. And then I have this really beautiful large lake with a 2-level waterfall, and I think it just creates a very peaceful and calming scenery. And I also just love how the water dances, so that is something that I love to look at. As for the top of the waterfall, I built a bridge that connects the 2 cliffs, and it oversees the secret beach where Red comes. And you can see that the secret beach is very simple, nothing too crazy. I just wanted this area to be very peaceful and sort of like a little getaway area that you can hike to and just watch the sunrise and the sunset. On the right side of my campsite, we have our beaches, and Daisy May is here today. But on the right side, we have the stargazing area that sits on top of the rock area on the island. And I love this because it just looks so beautiful during the day and even more beautiful during the night. It's a really cute and cozy corner, and definitely one of the smaller areas on my island, but still very adorable. Then we have this little tropical area that I say only the locals know about. It is the real secret beach, and it's just a really wonderful lounging area for the locals, and I absolutely love the way that it looks. And my controller was dying during this tour, so I did sort of rush the end of this, but I really hope you guys still enjoy it. Like I say, please take your time and enjoy everything. If you do dream of my island, I really hope you guys enjoy it. Anyway, we are now heading up to my Lavender Farm. This is one of the earlier builds, and I love how everything looks. I love the purple hyacinths. Purple is my favorite color, so you know that I had to use at least some type of purple flowers on my island. And as for here, this is Beau's tree farm, and I just really love how kind of tucked away his home is and how he has his little cozy corner. Definitely a really cute area, and I really like it because it's very simple and very natural. I think that the more natural parts of my island really complement the more town and more developed parts of it. And before we go towards like the bottom right of my island, I wanted to show you this river. So this river I waterscaped during the Christmas market video, and the Nova lights were supposed to serve as baubles that lit up during the night, but I couldn't part ways with this build. I really love the way it looked, so I just swapped out the red roses that I had and replaced them with white mums, and I absolutely love that area. Now we have my fish market that obviously Beau is early to, since he wants to get the freshest catch of the day, but I really love it. It's definitely more of that beachy energy and vibes, so I really like that. And this is Steve's house. It is very undecorated, but I'll just show you guys. And yeah, it's just, he doesn't play ever, so there's no point in me decorating his home. And look, there's even a cockroach. Gotta kill this. You saw nothing, okay? Nothing. This house is immaculate and it's clean. What will the people say if they know that the fisherman's home is overrun with cockroaches? Okay, I digress. Anyway, yeah, his house is really barren and very undecorated, but I did give him a really cute area here, very chill and very nice little spot to lounge at after a long hard day of work. And then the pier, which is this is all pretty recent. I uploaded a video that I decorated my beaches and my pier, and these are the areas that appeared in those videos. But this is just a lovely spot and a lovely stretch of beach that is basically reserved for the fishermen and the market. And then we have my Rustic winery and vineyard. So I finally exchanged the purple roses because that's what I had originally, and I put purple pansies instead. And then these are just the wine barrels, and I love the Grape Lattice Pattern in the back. I think everything just looks very lovely. This is a self-serve bar that you can grab the wine glasses and any utensils that you might need to heighten and refine your experience of wine tasting, and you can grab them, bring them over to the picnic spread where you can enjoy the scenery. And into the winery we go. This is more of like a kitchen though. At least the main room is more of like a kitchen and kind of an indoor wine tasting experience where you can eat foods and desserts that accompany the wine as opposed to just snacks outside. That was just kind of the thought process that I had. This is also my sister's home, and I'll show you guys her bedroom. She decorated it and it looks really cute. I decided to not change it because I felt bad and I didn't want to like take away everything that she made. I think what she did here is really cute, and I love that she dropped the star fragments as decoration. And then onto the basement. I imagine this to be sort of like the office, but I also added a bed here for late nights, and then some document stacks for invoices and maybe some inventory sheets. I don't know. That was just sort of the thought process that I had. But that is all for the winery. Now moving on, we have this little area on the rock, which is a paint and sip area, which is a part of the winery. This is just a really cute, I guess, like activity that you can partake in while wine tasting. So I thought that it really tied the entire area together, and I really love that. And as for the beach, I included a wedding reception here because it is to my knowledge that wineries sometimes will host weddings. So I wanted to incorporate a little wedding area as a part of the winery. And it also gave me a really good excuse to use the wedding items that I think are so beautiful and really hard to use unless you actually have a more sophisticated and elegant space. So I'm really happy that I was able to use that. But this actually concludes our tour, and I'm so excited to release my DA, and I'm really happy that I'm finally finished with my island, but that doesn't mean the content is over. I plan on visiting other creators' islands in the meantime while I plan for my next island, and I'm really happy to have you all on my journey. I also did want to take this time to remind you guys that I will most likely be incorporating other games and other content of other games pretty soon on my YouTube channel. But I am so thankful for every single one of you. Thank you so much for staying around. Thank you so much for watching my videos and for supporting me. It really makes my heart so warm, and I'm just so happy because some of the comments that you all leave are so wholesome and so heartwarming, and I just cannot ever thank you enough. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you, and I will see you in my next video. And for now, have a great day, and we'll talk soon. Bye!